Honorable Deputy Minister would have wanted to be here, but as destiny always has it, he could not be here because of death in the family, and that's why he asked me to be here to represent him. As much as it would have been his distinguished, pleasure to be here, I must say, I must express that pleasure also on my own behalf, as well as on behalf of the minister. Because this is the first graduation of this institute, I gather. Obviously, always the first in anybody's life is not an easy task, because you have got to go through all these teething problems and what have you. But here we are today at the first graduation of this institute. We can consider that as a big milestone, and a round of applause for that. Obviously, the Honorable Deputy Minister would have been here to personally congratulate you, the graduates. But he could not do that for the reasons that I've already extended. That's why it is also my pleasure to do that on his behalf and to congratulate you, the graduates. It would have been the belief of the Honorable Deputy Minister, and I'm sure as much as he's not here, it is still his belief. And I think that is a belief that equally the institute, the parents and the graduates should share and would share. And what is that belief? That education must be considered and treated as a joint venture where all stakeholders, including institutions, students, parents, communities, the industry sector, and the government all play an equal and important role. That approach must be at the core of a student-centered and stakeholder education system. The Honorable Deputy Minister is particularly happy that the Institute is part of the endeavor to transform the Namibian society. We can only transform the Namibian society through the necessary skills. And those are the skills the Institute has been trying to empower the student with. As you might be aware, the government, one of the pillars of the government towards a brighter future for the country is Vision 2030. An important aspect of 2030 vision is human resources development. That is the reason for the existence of the Institute. And thanks, the Institute does not exist in a vacuum, but you, the broader society, the students and the parents, have embraced the Institute so that you can be part of the broader vision, which is 2030. Now, what is the context? Why all this when we're talking about, besides, the vision? What is the essence of this? The essence of this is that currently, as you might be aware in Namibia, we have got a high rate of unemployment, especially among the youth. And that we cannot overcome unemployment simply by providing education without putting emphasis on vocational education. And I've observed that the Institute is considering on very critical area like engineering. That is, if you look at developed countries, I can especially refer to one of the countries while I was a student a few years back in the UK. There were students from Zimbabwe, and they were studying, especially in the engineering field. And I was wondering, these people, why don't they go into humanities? Only to realize that you cannot build, especially a newly independent countries with a huge deficit in terms of development, built it not on the education through humanities. That's why we need institutions like this. And I'm sure typical of the colonial mentality that the legacy that we mostly has not overcome in Namibia. When you want to send your child to a vocational institution, there's always, that stigma that, how can I go or send my child to a vocational institution? But little do we realize that you cannot build a country without a good corps of vocationally inclined people. So that's why, once again, one wants to emphasize and appreciate the efforts of the NIT and similar institutions. Actually, let me say a little bit about myself. I'm a special assistant to the minister, as it has been said. My own background, I'm a journalist. Now, when I was given this speech, I thought, oh my God, it's like I've been thrown at the deeper end. I'm used to writing speeches for the minister and for him to go and deliver. Now, apparently, I must come and deliver it. So, I made a plan. I thought I would employ one of my journalistic skills. And as a journalist and editors, we like things to be brief and to the point. That's why I decided I will not come and read this speech verbatim as it is, but edit it and take out, the salient points. There was something important, when I was listening to Mr. Sipungwe that he mentioned. That is about education. Education is not just about money. In fact, education is not about money at all. Education is being empowered mentally. Now, whether out of that empowerment you will make money, like he also emphasized, that will depend on you. Because the institute have equipped you. Now it is up to you to go into society and to apply your knowledge. Once you apply your knowledge correctly, and where you can apply your knowledge correctly, first and foremost, is being part of the efforts to rebuild your country. Because when you rebuild your country, the benefits will not only accrue to you personally and your education, but it would accrue to the whole country. So application of knowledge acquired is the most important thing. Now, I'm sure the minister would have been standing here preaching to you for how many minutes? Basically, in what I've said so far, I have, encapsulated, what is contained in this speech. Now you have learned what is a journalist all about. Let me quote from what the Honorable Deputy Minister would have said to you, the graduates. Dear graduates, you have been equipped with the knowledge and technical skills that the modern graduate needs. That the institution has done its best to weave into your education the real characteristics of a knowledge and technically skilled worker that are crucial to your success in your professional careers. The Deputy Minister is confident, and I'm sure the institution that has harnessed you and the broader society that would continue to harness you, that will receive you, is equally confident that you will make the best use of the knowledge and skills you have acquired in order for you to navigate your own future and subsequently also the future of the country. What would the minister also have said to the graduate? You now have the responsibility of enhancing the social, economic, and moral material of our society. The minister would have joined you today as you celebrate your achievement, because as a government, the government of the Republic of Namibia look forward to your contribution to the well-being of the broader nation, the growth of its economy, and the social and economic development of the nation. With those few remarks, I once again, on behalf of the minister, wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Congratulations.